Hello folks, and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostip, and this is going to be part 19 of my early campaign where I'm playing as England. And we have ourselves, what is it going to be? So 11 turns before our objective timer runs out for our crusade objectives. And we just might be able to make it in time. I mean, it's going to be close, it is. The real deciding factor at this point actually is the German navies, which are blockading our route to the Crusades because we are no longer able to go overland. We just don't have the time to do so. So we've been using our navies, which is good, but now that we sort of inadvertently ended up in a war with the Germans due to a, crusade mishap, although I say that, they don't seem too keen on getting a ceasefire, so maybe they wanted that war to begin with. I have been using my emissary to try to talk to their emperor, and he's not having any of it. He's sitting here with his 3 influence, and yeah, he does not want to talk to us. So maybe they wanted that war. It's frustrating because so right now we're going to be attacking this German boat. I have 2-star, 2 boats. He has a 1-star, 1 boat. I should win that, but the defenders do have the advantage on the sea. I think that is a certainty by now. I attacked this single German boat with 2 of my own boats. I can't remember what the stars were, but it was at least even, at least. And then both of my boats sunk, both of them, not just like one, but both of them. So I'm going to have to bring in my boats from the Baltic Sea, and we're going to have to come in together with 4 boats against this one, just to make sure, because he's definitely gained some command points since then. So he's at least a 1-star by now, whatever, 2 stars or something. So do I have any command stars on these guys? 0 and 0, so not good. So we're not making any money off of these ports for now, as long as this guy is going to be blockading us. Hopefully he doesn't come down to the English Channel. Ooh, that'd actually be pretty bad. I have a boat down here that's 2 turns away from being finished. Well, how many stars do you have? 1? Okay, well at least you have 1 command star. Maybe I want to bring a boat down to the English Channel just so that if he does come down here, then I can do like a 3v1. Do I want to bring both of these boats down? I think I do. Like the English Sea is just kind of like an alternative route. I don't have... So I'm 2 turns away from having this port be finished. And I would like to be back up here in time for that so that I can get these guys finally off of this island. But for now, I don't need them up there. I'm not trading. Does Wales have trade goods? No, it does not. And Ireland does have wool, but Ireland hasn't built the... I need to rebuild that trading post, so yeah, having these boats up there is not crucial. So yeah, let's do this. Let's make sure we can keep this English Channel safe. That way, if this German boat goes to the Skagerrak or to the English Channel, we can 4v1 them and take them out, and then reestablish our trade routes, but then also keep our route down here. I noticed that I only have 1 boat in the Bay of Biscay, which is risky as well because I don't want the Sicilians to sense weakness and then dogpile in on me as these other nations have. In fact, I'm kind of tempted. You're a 1-star galley, so I could get away from you. I do have greater speed than the galleys. My barks have a speed of 3 and the galleys have a speed of 2. So I could just come up here to the English Channel as well, just to make sure he doesn't, attack me. That would be the worst thing right now, because the Sicilians actually do have some boats in the water, and if they were to start a naval war against me, do they have anything that could blockade me? Not immediately, no. They do have a boat in the Malta Channel and a boat in the Gulf of Lions. I am trying to blockade the Italians. Can I beat this? They have 2 galleys, 0 stars, and I have 2 barks, 2 stars. I should win that. I should win this. Let's see if I can take out these 2 Italian boats. Because yeah, I should have been doing this a while ago. They have a 7-star general here now, and although I do feel pretty happy about those battles that I did win in that last episode, they were pretty cool, but they were all against, pretty low skilled generals, which makes all the difference. It really does. You've seen me fail time and time again against these Egyptian generals. In fact, let me go back over this again. It's important to keep track of these guys. So Palestine does have 1 of them. Yeah, the 6-star general is here in Palestine. Okay. Oh, it'd be so nice to get rid of him. If I can launch Crusade to Palestine and then he retreats into the castle, and I can just kill him there instead of having to like fight him on open ground, that would be quite good. He would obviously fight tough in a castle, but units are going to be unbreakable inside of the castle anyway. They're still going to be receiving the combat bonuses that he gives, like his valor, bonuses give to his troops. So it still would be a tough fight, but if I can bring my artillery to bear and just kind of swarm them, I could take down this fortification. And that's what I would have to do. So I do have a couple trebuchets up here, or mangonels actually. I think I have a mangonel here and a catapult. Don't know what that's going to really do against a castle, but I can bring it anyway. Let's bring this up to Mercia. Then I think I had, another mangonel here. That's going to help for sure. Now, I think that, so what's going to be the target? Like, I feel like, so Aquitaine and Anjou have been receiving the brunt of the attacks. The Germans went into Anjou twice, and I'm not too concerned about what they have left here in Burgundy. If they were to attack again, I think that I could face off against them, although they have this 3-man Teutonic Knights. Let's see, they have a 2-star Prince Otto. He's a drinker, shame. Yeah, there's nothing here that's looking too threatening other than his Royal Knight unit. That's kind of it. I'm more worried about the Spanish and if they wanted to jump in on this. It's currently, they're not at war with me. They're not, but the fact that they have like 3 stacks here is pretty scary. What do they have? Let's look at this. So 3-star general. This is not a family member currently. So he must be like an uncle that is aged out of the line at one point. Yeah, natural leaders, so that's pretty good. +2 morale. So a 3-star with +2 morale, it's not, it's not bad. And their infantry is pretty basic, spears and javelins, archers. It's the Genites that are their strongest, one of their like strongest units. It's a Jav Cav. And for being a skirmisher Cav, it's actually pretty good in melee. In fact, the Genites do beat, I don't know the exact matchups. I think they can beat some of the light cav that's on the like lower end of the spectrum when it comes to their power levels. And it just so happens that the Hoblars are one of those units. Hoblars are fantastic because you can recruit them at the fort level. They are really, really quite good for the French and the English. But on an actual like power level, the Hoblars are pretty low on that tier of light cav. They are of the fastest echelon of cav. In fact, are they faster than Genites? They might be. Genites might have a little bit too much armor. But then, that just goes to show that I think that Genites might win that 1v1 versus Hoblars. That might be one of those matchups. It's kind of cool. Like, having, typically light cav is the counter to skirmish cav. But sometimes having like these counter units that can counter their counters is kind of cool. And the Genites are one of those units that can beat some light cav units. So how many of them do they have? 2, 3, 4. So 4 full strength units of Genites, and they have 2 full strength units of Royal Knights. And then how many archers? 1, 2, 3, 4 archers. The only like tier 2 unit here other than the Royal Knights and the Genites is going to be their feudal sergeants here, just 1 unit. It's fine. It's the same stats as my feudman, except that I can recruit my feudman from a tier 1. But their javelins and urban militia do not concern me, and their basic spears also don't concern me too much. These armies don't look that strong. They don't. It's just a matter of, like if the Italians and the Spanish all pour into Aquitaine, then it can get kind of dicey. Now, we have seen so far in recent battles that my militia sergeants really do carry the day. Like they are a decent infantry melee combat unit at this stage of the campaign. It's a unit that I underestimated for so long. It's just because of the word militia. And I was like, oh God, they must suck. Then after getting my ass kicked by them a few times and realizing, actually, you know what, they might be kind of good. And now that I'm like kind of using them more often and like I feel like they really have won me some battles just by they hold the line quite well. You know, obviously having good generals lead them, you know, helps as well. But they're very solid in combat, and they cut down Royal Knights pretty well, especially in the forest. So having, like, what do I have here? 2, 3, 4. 4 militia sergeants ain't bad. And then Royal Knights, I got 2, basically 3 units of Royal Knights here. Yeah, 3 Royal Knights. And then, yeah, a bunch of Hoblars as well. It's not a, you know, it's not a bad army. And it's led by a 6-star general. What about the Italians? They have their 7-star. The good news is their 7-star is a unit of urban militia, which sucks for them. As far as, you know, units being easy to kill, this is one of the easier units to kill. Its defense stats and armor stats are just so low that you can shoot it, you can charge it, you can fight it. Whatever you want to do, you can kill this unit. It's going to fight harder because it's going to, you know, it's going to have this valor. It's going to have 3 valor. Is that it? Okay. Only 3 valor, I guess, but still, it's going to fight harder than you would think. Any other traits? No, it's just going to be giving the 7-star valor bonuses. Which is it is considerable though. That's a lot of bonuses to the troops. Let's see. The Genoese sailors are, again, you know, we've talked about them before. They're decent. Mounted crossbows are decent. Italian infantry are going to be their best units. And I'm worried about them. Them, you know, being commanded by their 7-star Giga Chad generals. That's the scary unit right there. But as long as I have enough cav to like chase down, you know, their archers and their mounted crossbows, and then as long as I have enough archers to like shoot down their infantry, that, you know, that seems like that's what it would take. That's all it takes, you know? And then, yeah, this army is almost identical, really. Gosh, it just, yeah, it feels very beatable. But, you know, can I beat all of this, you know, from the Spanish and the Italians, you know, if they attacked all at once? I don't know. And the Aragonese, you know, we did whoop them pretty good in the last episode, but yeah, I guess they really don't have much. But you can never count out the Aragonese. I feel like they're always the wild card. They're always just kind of like, YOLO, let's go. Anyway, I feel like I can hold ground here. You know, that's what it feels like. You know, for what, like 11 more turns, and that's when I will have completed my Crusades objectives. And then I can go back to, like, okay, let's consolidate and let's start investing in, you know, economic stuff, you know, military infrastructure. Right now I'm banking money so that I can survive these instances of, you know, having my trade routes interrupted, but also so that I can, oh yeah, I saw some mercenaries. I should hire these guys too. Yeah, I should do this. I don't have a lot of troops that are immediately available to launch on a crusade, but I can't launch one this turn anyway, so I may as well hire these guys and send them over. So 3 mounted sergeants, some Druzina cav, feudal men-at-arms, feudal sergeants, Vikings. Yeah, let's just do it all. Total hiring costs $594. So let's get those, and let's get these guys as well. So with those hires, I'm losing 1,400 per turn. But again, I think that as soon as I clear those German boats out of the way, I should be fine. I should start making money again. Luckily, I did just realize that if I do intend on sending a crusade in the next turn, then I'm going to need this boat in the Bay of Biscay this turn, so it's available for next turn. So I should leave it there and just hope that the Sicilians do not attack me there. I guess I could send a boat up here because there's nothing, you know, threatening me here, I suppose. What are you again? You're a galley, 1-star, near a 0-star bark. Okay. Yeah, let's hope that works out. And I think that we are ready to go here. Yeah, as long as we win that fight against the Germans, we will be able to launch our crusade in the next turn. Now, I found you, Sir Henry Pole. Captain of this unit of feudal men-at-arms, 4 acumen, so you will be my governor of Tripoli. Gives loyalty, acumen, and piety, so what are we looking at? 610 income, that's without trade or anything, that's just farm income, I believe. And up to 915, yeah, not bad. So losing 1100, that's with altering some taxes here or there. So we're looking okay, you know, that's okay, losing 1100, but again, if we can sort of sort that out, then we can maybe fix this. So let me double check before I end the turn. Princess, I think you're my only princess left. You're 36, so you're going to be retiring very soon. Probably this is going to be your last year, I would imagine. And that's okay. Yeah, the Byzantine Emperor's on Rhodes. That's too bad. He could, like, there is a Byzantine boat in the Dodecanese Sea, so he could launch an attack on Nicaea if that's what he wanted to do. It would be nice if he could link up with his continental forces in Greece, you know, or even Bulgaria, and push back against the Egyptians. Yeah, having the Byzantine Emperor stuck on Rhodes is it's not a good look. It kind of sucks. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Yeah, the Egyptians, like, despite taking hit after hit after hit, they're looking kind of like okay. But I'm hoping, now that I know that that German crusade cannot use my fleets or my territories to go through, I'm hoping that they do run out of steam. They should. They really should. I don't see them getting past Constantinople, and if they do, I don't see them getting through Anatolia. They really shouldn't. And that would be nice because this German emperor, he only has 3 influence. He's 37. He's, you know, relatively young, so, you know, that would be a huge blow to him. And if he has to solve a civil war, then it would be nice. Maybe we could get a ceasefire. That would be kind of nice. So I'm going to hold out hope for that. And I do have sons coming on the way as well. Prince Stephen's going to be of age in 2 turns. And my king's influence is pretty gosh darn good. It's too bad that it wasn't this high when Prince Edmund came of age because, yeah, he's not too great. Although his loyalty has risen. It was quite bad. In fact, I mean, yeah, you're actually at the point where I wouldn't mind you. Yeah, I don't know. 1 star is like not good enough to have you lead anything, really. Well, I can bring you. How about you come out to make your way to Ile-de-France and just hold the fort down there? Well, this guy, this is the really good general that's getting his unit retrained. So yeah, just hold on to the fort until he gets back. And then after that, you can hold on the fort in Flanders while I train up this Royal Knight as well. Yeah, that seems fine. I've organized the troops as best as I can to try to, you know, get enough coverage on these 2 provinces. That's really what I'm focusing on. Ile-de-France, would they be attacked here in Ile-de-France? This is a river battle from Burgundy into Ile-de-France. And Champagne is not, and Lorraine, that's not a river battle. Now, if there's an attack from multiple provinces, then the geography is going to be from the province that has the most units, which in this case would be Burgundy. If they attacked with all of them, that is, of course. So that's how that works. All right, I think I'm good. I think I'm good for this turn. Let's drop a save and let's cross my fingers. And let's hope that my navy can destroy that German navy off the North African coast, because that's really what this comes down to right now. My forces are ready to go. We are ready to, yeah, sail on over to Palestine, and we should be able to get into that castle with the mangonels that we have. Damn. We lost to galleys. That sucks. Oh, that sucks. That's such a large investment lost. And so, okay, good. This is the important one. That's the important one. And yeah, Elizabeth did retire at the age of 37. And let's see. Caught an Italian assassin. Okay. Tavern is finished in Ile-de-France. Now I can start building the... Is it called the stew? Is it? Or the... Why am I forgetting? No, the stew is the upgrade. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to be allies to the Almohads. They only have 1 province. They're super weak right now. So no. And then, who are you? +1 morale, eh? You're not a starred general, though, so that's unfortunate. And then, you're not a lord either. But +1 acumen, it's worth keeping an eye on you, I suppose. No attacks, that feels good. That does feel good. So, let's run through here. God damn it. Oh, that sucks. So the German boats went into the English Channel. I mean, I thought they would, but yeah, that sucks. That's going to hold me off for at least one more turn. Damn. All right. Yeah, that's because that's where I have to launch from. Is my port in Murcia. So that's very frustrating. All right, well, let's get my boats together here and then here. And is it just the one German boat? It is. And he has 2 stars. That sucks, but it's just one boat. And I have a 1-star admiral with 4 boats. Even if I take losses here, I should be able to get him. And let's just keep bringing more boats down because, if it comes to that, we're going to need it. Yeah. And okay, so the Sicilian boat moved off. He moved to the English Channel, so they're all there. That's fine. I'd rather have you there than in a place where I only have 1 boat myself. All right, so at least one more turn before I can launch that crusade. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So launching, if I get there, so launch in 95, and then attack the castle in 96. And I can potentially launch the other crusade in 97, potentially get to Antioch, and then get to Edessa at 98, and assault the keep in 99, or get it by 99. So that gives me 5 years of leeway, depending on what happens. So, yeah, we'll see. How's my economy looking? Losing 1,800, right, because of this. Got it. Oh, and that's frustrating too. Right, because the German Navy is cutting off my king's influence to these other regions. So even Norway wants to abandon me. No, not you, Norway. Lower taxes there. Scotland, lower taxes to very low. Northumbria, go down to, yep, very low. Go down to very low. Wales, normal should be fine, and Ireland. Just go down to low, yeah. So we'll be losing even more money due to that. Yeah, losing 2,000. Yeesh. Yeah, that's rough. And the Italians can continue to, reinforce Toulouse if they wanted to. So that's all rough. But I got 27,000. So it's not bad. Let's bring back Lord Svinverd. You are going to be making your way back to Ile-de-France. Well, it turns out the brothel, the building that you use to train spies, actually takes 6 turns to build. 6 years, my goodness. Isn't that a bit ridiculous? 6 goddamn years to build a brothel. 4 years to build an ale house. And I thought it took 4 years to build the tier 1. So this is the tier 2. So the tier 1 is the tavern, right? That's what you use to train the assassins. And then the tier 2, the ale house, is the same amount of time, which is interesting. And you get +1 valor for your assassins. So brothel for the spies, 6 turns. My goodness. So that'll be the year 1200 when this is finished. And it costs 800 to build as well. So yeah, that's even more expensive than the tier 2 for the assassin building. It's interesting. It's one of those things where in Shogun, for instance, I would say that the spy equivalent in that game, which is the shinobi, was probably overpowered because it was so easily accessible. It was available at a tier 1, and the building took 2 turns to build. It only cost 250 koku. The shinobi were super cheap. There was 100, koku to train them, and there was no upkeep, of course. And their effects were cumulative, so you could just stack shinobi into a province, and you could tank their... If there was an enemy province or a neutral province, you could just tank the loyalty of the province and cause almost like instant rebellions. And I thought it was really cool. I thought that was a neat thing to do. As a player, you can choose not to do it. It is overpowered. So like, I only do it when I play certain factions. You know, when I'm playing the faction that has the bonus for shinobi, I'll do that. But in this game, they thought, all right, let's just like make spies like really hard to get and, you know, really nerf them. So their effects are not cumulative in this game. Only one spy is, you know, loyalty debuff or loyalty buffing in your own provinces is going to be taking effect. And that's going to be the highest valor spy is going to be taking precedence. And in addition to that, the main debuff for spies is the fact that it's a tier 3. You need a freaking castle to get spies in this game. It's really something to get up to it. And yeah, now I'm learning, like now that I'm looking more into the building. Yeah, 6 turns. 800 florins. That's not that cheap. But it would be cool if I could tank the loyalty in Champagne and get a French reemergence. That would be, that's, you know, I think that's worth it. Let's try to get that happening here. I am just going to be continuing to cross my fingers as I continue to end turns here because we have ourselves another very crucial naval battle that, yeah, really, hopefully my guys can get the job done. All right, so the German Crusade has made their way to Bulgaria. And I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to make their way any further. All right, we got the enemy boat, and we lost 0 of our own. Okay, that's very good. Prince Stephen. Stephen's now of age. So I'm curious to see how he is. I built a town watch in Northumbria. It increases loyalty, and also I can train urban militia now if I want to. And most importantly, I can build the spearmaker so that I can get back to training feared man after that civil war. And the port is finished in Ireland, and now I can move these guys off of Ireland as soon as I move my boats back up into the Irish Sea. So King John I, builder, yep, plus 10 happiness, that's good. Prince Stephen, secret perversion, that's not good. And it looks like Prince Stephen is a 2-star general as well, okay. This doesn't really matter. They'll find out someday and he'll lose piety, but it's not a big deal right now. And secret blackmailer, yeah, that's not good either, but again, it's a secret for now. And does anything here matter? Lord Wolfstan, you are a lord, so that means you're a governor of someplace. Secret bad temper, +1 dread, which is good, and +2 valor. So all in all, this is like good for now. Valor makes him a better fighter, and dread makes him a better ruler, and the fact that people are dreading him. This one's not good. Yeah, -2 morale. Damn. Yeah, crack brains. That one sucks. And 2-star general, chinless wonder. So yeah, he lost some acumen and command. I think he had already lost the command, but I think the acumen was the additional loss for this. I think this is like a chained incest trait. So hopefully what this means is that... No, oh my god, the German fleet. They just like built a boat up here that's now going to be blockading. Like I can't send this crusade to... Wait, can I get there? Wait a minute, can I get there? I thought that because my port was in the North Sea that I wouldn't be able to... Okay, I just have to... Can I do Palestine? Yeah, I can go. I guess I can... Well, I can launch it. I don't know. Actually, okay, let's hold on a second. That's the wrong way to check. The way to check is to do this. And no, I cannot because, yeah, I can't move my guys off of Mercia because, yeah, this freaking German boat just came. Luckily, I got 4 boats right here, but what are you? 0 stars? God damn. Oh, this is so frustrating. That is so frustrating. Well, it's a good thing I have... 5 turns of leeway. God damn. Yeah, I guess I have to... I could launch the crusade now and just move down to the English Channel. Just in case, I suppose. Like, I'm sorry. Launch the crusade now and then move down to Wessex. That's going to be taking whatever troops that I have in Wessex, but... Are there any mercenaries to hire? Ooh, I could hire some more mercenaries as well. It's hard to say. I should really get going as fast as possible. And I'm still losing 1600 per turn. Ooh, that's not good. I kind of thought that was going to be fixed. I guess... Okay, well I'm not trading with Valencia because of the Italian boats that moved into there. But I'm still trading all along North Africa. And, you know, Iberia, or at least the western part. So 1-star galley, I have a 0-star, 2 barks, but I have better stats, so hopefully I can win that. Just so that I can go back to trading with Cordoba and Valencia. And yeah, I'll take out this German boat. I guess I'll hire these mercs. And bring them up to Mercia as well. And we will aim at launching this crusade in the next turn, hopefully. Well, how about that? I just was mentioning that the Byzantine Emperor could attack Nicaea, and he has. Now, that's pretty ballsy because, yeah, I don't know if he has, I don't know if he brought enough guys. He could have brought more, it looks like. And we did sink that German boat, and I did decide to wait and... wait until this turn to launch the crusade. So, yep, we also sunk the Italian boat as well, luckily, so hopefully we can go back to trading with those 2 ports. I'm the richest, which is interesting. Let's see, Stephen Roos has died of old age. I think he's been with me for a while. Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he? And looks like a lot of mercenary names. A lot of, yeah, these are not English, I would imagine. At least some of these guys. Lord Roos, man of principle, that's a good one. Okay, we should be ready to, we can go now, right? Yeah, we can. All right, we can go to Palestine finally. Freaking finally. All right, let's merge these guys up. Let's bring you as well. Let's make sure I always get these peasants mixed up in here on accident. Nope, and we have our artillery as well, Mangonel and Mangonel. Alright, let's launch this crusade. Looks like... So it's going to cost 750 florins to get the Pope's support. Yes, let's do it. And then what did we get? We got, sweet, 3 Order of Foot Soldiers and a 3-star General and a Knights Templar unit. Pretty sweet, pretty nice, yeah. Yes, so let's have these guys... all join the crusade, and what does that do for our, yep, just like that, we go back into the positive for 1 turn, at least. Well, 2 turns, because we have to assault that castle as well, so 639, alright, sweet. Sweet, let's go on over to Palestine, and we have 2,500 men, so I imagine that this army is going to retreat. This still has that 6-star general, yes it does. Hopefully he just hides in the castle and we can assault him in there. I wouldn't mind doing that. And yeah, the Byzantines, I'm proud of them, but I don't see this going well. So the Germans, what do they have? They have a little less than 1,500 men. Ooh, they got some, okay, Teutonic sergeants, some feudal knights as well. Armored spearmen. Huh. Yeah, I wonder... This Byzantine army might actually cause the Germans might be able to make it into Constantinople, because the Egyptians might have to respond to this, but I would still think they could respond to it with their armies from Anatolia and Trebizond, is what I would imagine. Okay, so we take it in 96, assault it in 97, and then, yeah, hopefully we can just assault... or launch that next crusade into Edessa just right after that, hopefully. Just make sure there's no other boats blockading us. There's an Egyptian boat up here we should keep an eye on, but he's not in the way currently. And we're looking, yeah, we're looking good. Okay. Wow, I just saw, ooh, wow, okay. Some stuff's going on here. The Egyptians are going to retreat from the combined attack of the German Crusade and the Byzantines, which is Interesting. Yeah, okay. And a large part of that Egyptian forest did retreat back into the citadel itself, which is unfortunate. And yeah, Tripoli got invaded. Now, this is the army that was stationed, the Egyptian army that was stationed in Palestine, which is nipping up to Tripoli to attack me here. And this is interesting. This is that 6-star general that was stationed in Palestine. So I will not get to just starve him out inside of a castle, which is making me wonder if anyone's left in Palestine. I don't know. Do I even have to assault the castle? I don't know. Here, I do outnumber this force by 1,000 men, which is nice, but we have seen, you know, 6-star, 7-star generals can just be just absolute terrors. Now, the good news is there's no Saracen infantry, which has just been an absolute terror for me to have to deal with. There are 2 units of Armenian heavy cav. That is frightening. That's a tough unit that I've had to really, it's been a real struggle to fight up against it. And a lot of camels. You know, camels can be good. They're not, you know, great stats-wise, but they're obviously good against cavalry. Now, in a sense, luckily for me, I don't have a lot of cav. And in fact, if I remember correctly, my Tripoli army barely has any. I have a 30-man unit of horse archers, a 32-man unit of hoplars, and an 11-man unit of faris. So I would bring the horse archers and the hoplars just to have some units to chase their units down with, but that's it. I wouldn't want them to actually have to fight up against camels or even the Saracen cavalry, their light cav or their Armenian heavies. Guys, such a weird army. So their infantry is going to be composed of Nubians, archers, naphtha throwers, and urban militia, and that's it. And they have a catapult too. What a weird army. And then 1 unit of reinforcements and being the Saracens. So I just got to hold. I just have to hold my ground against them, which I should be able to do. You know, hopefully I have, like, spear-wise, I have 2 decent units of order foot soldiers, 1 being the general. These rust spears with silver shield upgrades and some feudal sergeants. They're decent. Half strength unit of armored spears as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, I'm looking at this army. It should beat camels and Armenian heavy cav, but yeah, it's, you know, that 6-star general might really change things around. It depends. Also, I'm going to need some forest for sure. I'm going to have to hide in the forest to win this battle. Like an absolute buffoon, I forgot to get my army organized before I jumped into the battle, so I didn't actually come up with this starting force here. Now, the force that was picked for me seems okay, so I just had to swap out the catapult, and I should be good to go. So, yep, I don't have a high ground, so that's awkward. And this is a pretty awkward patch of woods, to be honest. But hey, it's better than, I really do think it's better than just going up there. I think, because they could just go up there and get on even ground with me. And it's like same with these other high ground places. I think that really being in the forest and making sure that their mounted units get that debuff from fighting in the forest, I think that that's going to be the main thing here. So let's get, oh shit, they're right, oh my god, oh my god. Let's come running up here, and here, and you guys need to get back, like, run please. And my general needs to get, like, back as well. And Cav, get back as well. Holy smokes. So yeah, Sahar and Cav are already in the forest. Javelins could have swore I told you to move somewhere, but, you know, if you just want to hang out there, that's on you. Okay, so Sahar and Cav fighting up against spears in the forest. That's not a good fight for them. Feudal sergeants, and yep, javelins. Okay, so javelins are just right behind. And so these are my stronger spears right here, and these are my weaker spears on that flank. But I do have feudal men-at-arms that can kind of like go there, and then let's see here. Let's get archers and Highland clansmen kind of like here-ish. And general, I don't need you spread out that far, just gonna hang out there. Alright, that was an exciting beginning to the battle, but it seems like that catapult's like too close to fire, isn't it? That's pretty funny. Let's actually get my hobblars to come up and we can take that catapult down. I hope it's too close to fire. Is it firing? And who's fighting right now? Oh, there's like one. Look at this duel right here. One's a hare and calf fighting an armored or a Russ spearman in the forest. Come on. See, 6-star general is leading this guy. That's why he hasn't died yet. That's crazy. If he wins this duel. My oh my, that's crazy. Yeah, so they're trying to get around me, which is very smart. So we have to try to like match this movement if we can. But it's not going to be easy. You know, obviously they have the mobility, so they can kind of do this. And yeah, they're doing the same thing on this side. They're really trying to get around us. So can we just spread out a bit more? And can we get my hobblars? I want to take out that catapult, but I don't want to get picked off by Bedouin camels. I do not want that. All right, what's happening on this side? Armenian heavies are going into spears. That's not a good fight for us, but I mean, we have feudal men-at-arms that are right here. And let's get my general, who is here. Let's get him closer to the front lines to support. And they backed off right away. Interesting. Interesting. All right, Bedouin camels are going in here. Yeah, let's go in and flank them. Because yeah, they got into the flanks of my guys. And what's happening on this side? Yeah, feudal sergeants, charge them, please. And you can actually go on and engage at will. Actually, I don't mind that. Yeah, you don't need to fight in ranks, I suppose. And here, do not go running out there. Stay here. And Bedouin camels are losing badly. Good. Good. Alright, Javs move up a little bit, and Javs move up a little bit on this side. I want to save my javelins for those Armenians when they come in. Yeah, those are the guys I want to hit with javelins. Yeah, like they're sending in, they keep on pulling, that's interesting. That's really interesting to see that. Yeah, let's try to get these guys. Yeah, they're being really cagey, which is, yeah, smart. Ooh, Highland Clansmen, I keep forgetting they're impetuous, aren't they? Yeah, they're impetuous. Alright, let's get these guys, these Sahara and Cav. And then, let's see here. Yeah, you fight them. And I think I need... Damn, did they break me? Fucking A, they broke me on that side. Okay, okay, alright, that sucks. That really sucks. Can I get... Are we breaking on that side as well? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. 6-star generals. 6-star freaking generals, man. This is wild. Look at this. Look at this. How? Like, how is this happening? My general's like safe in the back, and how? Like, how did they just rout my entire army like that? That's bizarre. That is so bizarre. Alright, well, I might lose Tripoli, I guess. Yep, my general's running away. And I barely killed any of their guys. Like, sure, I have reinforcements coming on in, but, you know, they're not going to stand and fight if that army didn't stand and fight. Because this was a better army, so... Wow. That is incredible! That is incredible! Like, there is barely any bodies in this forest. We didn't even put up a fight. That is incredible. I can't believe this. This is just, that's insane. That's insane. I don't, it's one thing to like see an enemy led by a good general. And it's one thing to see them like hold out for a long time and be like, all right, yep, they're led by a good general. That's why they're holding up for a long time. But why did this army break? That I don't get it. Like I'm still confused. This game still confuses me after putting, this much time into it. I'm flabbergasted. It's one thing to see, like I just said, it's one thing to see a well-led army hold and fight and hold, but why did my army break? Their flanks were secure and I had a box in a forest and I was fighting up against units that I had advantages over. It's just like, what? What the heck? And there was no point in showing you the rest of that, as you've seen it before. I got pushed back to the end and my guys didn't fight. So yeah, I only killed 140 other men. That's insane. I lost 980 guys. That's insane. I just don't get it. Yeah, that is really something. So yep, Tripoli lost. And yeah, we took Palestine. So now I can take Palestine. So ransom demanded. Can I afford that? 2,600? Yeah, so for the 707 men, yes. Yeah, it's a lot, but I got these trading posts built up in Antioch, and oh yeah, I was building one in Tripoli too. Ah, that sucks. Damn it, I spent 800 florins on a trading post in Tripoli that probably didn't get finished, and if it did get finished, it's probably going to just get destroyed. So yeah, the Germans, I tried to get a ceasefire and they just said no. Yeah, good runner. Yep. Yeah, that's so disheartening. They left Jerusalem with 1 unit of peasants inside. That's it. That's all they have. So, let's see, there's no artillery there. I just have my artillery in this army. Yeah, all right, let's go in here. And let's take that settlement. I'm probably going to fight it manually just to try to make sure I don't lose as many men as I probably would in the auto-resolve. And then I guess, I mean, I have good generals back home, so maybe if I just sound someone like one of these guys, I've been counting on them to, lead the defense of my nation, so there's that, but I probably have enough troops to be able to send. I think I have quite a bit. I do have these men who I was gathering for the next crusade. 560 men. It's not a strong army. Archers, Faris. Actually, can I hire? Yeah, I could hire a few units as well. Anything else? Just that. I mean, Vikings is good. Archers is good. They all have armor upgrades as well, which is all good. So yeah, let's hire these guys. And I could also say, I mean, Flanders seems pretty safe. It doesn't seem like it's been under attack for a while. And why is Prince Edmund's unit damaged? He's been hanging out with his dad this whole time in Brittany. Why does his unit only have 12 men? That's annoying. I was going to say that he can just hang out in Flanders, but now I'm thinking that his unit needs to go back and get retrained. So let's send Prince Stephen up to Flanders instead. And you can, yeah, head to Palestine. So let's send, whatever I can. You guys go. And let's just bring, oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's bring you guys out. So yeah, you can sally out, and then I have some spare troops, like, whatever I can bring, let's send them over. I have brought whatever spare forces I can, so I'm hoping, actually, that the Egyptian army would just retreat without a fight, because then I can make sure I keep all of my buildings here. That would be ideal. Although, I don't know, I still have, yeah, they never fully took the province. I still have that garrison. So I don't think I would be sacking my own province. I'm still holding it, right? So I don't think I would lose any buildings, hopefully. That would suck. But yeah, it shouldn't work like that, although I can't confirm that. Okay, so the Egyptians are going to retreat from Tripoli. Nice. Okay, good. That's what I wanted. Good. And it's so hard for me to want to do this, to assault this castle, but I do think that I can probably do it with less casualties than the auto-resolve. So yeah, let's do it the right way. This should be nice and simple. Let's just go ahead and start getting our mangonels to target the gatehouse. And yep, already 31%, 37% just after the first volley. So that's not going to take long. Although, ooh, this is under fire. Oh, shoot. Okay, so yeah, these guys need to hurry up and take out those gates because, yeah, we're already taking casualties. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I thought that I'd be out of the range of their arrow towers. Alright, 95% damaged. Just one more volley. Really, just one more. Okay, let's just start focusing on... And no, let's start focusing on the inner gate. Right there. Alright, so enemy's gate is down. And the catapult can't target that inner gate. But the two mangonels can. Actually, I can't even see... I don't know where the peasant is. He might be in the outer portion. I'm going to send in my feudal men-at-arms because my spears are more important for field battles where I'm going up against, you know, the Armenian heavy cav. So I'm going to send in my swords. And I think that the peasants might be in the outer courtyard because they might have to be there to keep the defenses firing, maybe? No, I'm not seeing any peasants in the outer section, so I'm gonna have to get into this gatehouse. 86% damaged, so yeah, we're getting there. Okay, gatehouse is opened. I'm actually just gonna withdraw these guys. Rather than having them target the arrow towers, I just want them to get out of here. I'd rather, because just in case if I need them for future sieges, for instance, like in Edessa. But yeah, the inner gate's open. That's all we care about. So let's send our guys in. Yeah, we're gonna lose guys to arrow fire, but we'll get the job done. Our feudal men-at-arms should make quick work of these guys. Yeah, they're losing men pretty quickly. And I know there's another 50-man unit. Yeah, they're gonna come around. So let's try to force our way in. And we can stop this unit from flanking my first unit, so 57 of my guys versus 50 of theirs. And yeah, they are losing men very, very quickly. We just have few more men, 5 peasants left defending this, and yeah, these guys are making quick work of them. They've lost 10 men total, they've lost 10 men total, and 4 men total. So yep, one more guy left. Let's hack him down. We can speed this up. And yeah, he fought pretty hard. So let's see, we lost 45 men, okay. I think that's better than what the auto-resolve would have given us. I think so. So yeah, we did pillage 1,700 florins. And Crusade province has been taken. Wonderful. Yeah, your brave Crusaders have captured their church-sanctioned objective. Yes, nice. And oh, my king just died. Okay, alright. And his heir lives, and he will now take control of the country, yeah. Alright, the Polish are doing well, good for them. And heir matures, Prince Henry. And where is he? I wonder where he's gonna be. And yeah, the Italian Doge, I tried to get in a marriage proposal. They don't want it. Everyone wants to be at war with me. And yeah, same with the Germans. Alright, Prince Henry, where are you? You're over here, 2-star general, which is again fine, +1 dread, and natural leader, so +2 morale, +1 loyalty, good. And yes, we got the 9 points for the Crusade to Palestine, which is wonderful. Oh, that's so awesome. So cool, so cool. And we kept Tripoli. And honestly, I'm kind of okay with the fact that this 6-star general is still alive, because now he's in the way of the Germans, who did not make it. They attacked Trebizond and they had to retreat. Uh-huh. And the Byzantines captured Nicaea. Wow. Okay. I'm fine with the Egyptians focusing on that German crusade. Yeah, they're down to 844 men. They are not going to make it to Tripoli. I mean, they can't make it past this army. I know that because I can't make it past that army. But yeah. Yeah, as many good Egyptian generals are in the way. In fact, where's the other one? I know there's another one. I saw an Egyptian army going up to Khazar, so I wonder if they're up there. Huh. 2 influence on the Egyptian Sultan. Ooh, yeah, okay. I don't like that. It's funny, I'm actually kind of rooting for them in some ways right now. In some ways, not all the ways. You're loyal. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you can block the Germans. How about you guys? Are you guys... Yeah, there's no good generals up here. There's a 3-star here. Yeah, fine leader, +4 morale. Oh, it's too bad he's inbred. That's -3 command. He could have been a 6-star general. Damn, that's such a pity for them, you know, for them. All right, so yeah, Palestine, nice. That's now ours. We can. There's no trade goods here, but it's still making 507. You can bump that up and make 634. But now we're paying upkeep for these guys as well. So we're losing 1,800. Yep, that's rough. But we got 11,000 in the treasury, you know, and I'm building a port in Antioch. I could start building a port in Tripoli as well. Yeah, I think I have to go for it. Like, this guy could attack again, sure. But, I mean, I have a lot of troops here. Hopefully it's enough. And yeah, the castle in Palestine got knocked down to a keep, which sucks, but hey, you know, we can build from here, okay? That's fine. And we can launch our crusade to Edessa, I think. Let's start sending these mangonels in Palestine. Yeah, the mangonels and the catapults. Let's bring you guys out. And let's have you guys start to march up to Edessa. Just in case I need them to help me get into that keep. What do they have here? Is it just a keep? Yeah, no defensive upgrades? Nice. And there's barely anything defending it as well. Well, my new king has 6 influence. Nice. King Edmund III. He's already married. Does he have any sons? I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I think so there is Prince Edmund, and then I thought he had 4 brothers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think these are all his brothers. I guess we'll find out. Prince Edward for sure is his brother. I think Prince Richard is also his brother, but once Prince Richard comes of age, if he's, you know, shoots up to the top of the leaderboard, then we will know that he is the son and not the brother. But I think that he is just one of the brothers. So that means that despite the fact that he's been married for quite some time, he doesn't have any sons. And just to double check this, Prince Stephen, I think, you're not, damn, okay, I'm falling behind here. I'm forgetting that my emissary's job should be to get, hey, Danish princesses, whenever in doubt, ask the Danes. There's 3 Danish princesses, and I have 1, 2, and soon to be 3 brothers that could use some wives. And yeah, that way, you know, if you don't do your duty as a king and make some children, then, you know, your brothers might do that job for you. And hey, despite the fact that your stats aren't great, you got 6 influence. So that's all that, oh, and you're strange. Ooh, -1 morale, -10 happiness. So yeah, that -10 happiness is going to be felt to some degree by all the places, but it looks like we're okay. And I'm going to want to put you back up into Brittany, I think, just to keep you safe. Prince Henry. Yeah, hey, good loyalty. 2 stars is okay. 2 dread, 3 piety, 2 acumen. Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, I'll have to think of something to do with you. even though I don't have any troops really to send with this last crusade, I think I just got to send it and hope that my troops that are already over here are going to be enough to bolster this attack. Again, Edessa's lightly defended, so there's, not much there, but on surrounding territories like Rum, Lesser Armenia, and Syria, sure, yes, they could all come together and put up a fight. So there is that. Gonna cost 750 florins. Yep, let's launch it. What did we get? Something good? Yes, alright, so yeah, Knights Templar, nice. 2 Order Foot Soldiers and 1 Fanatic. That's okay, I'll take it. 1 Star General, not great, but still, I'll take it. I'm gonna send an Urban Militia. And yep, and a Feared Man. And that's it. that's all I'm gonna send. So, why can't I? Oh, the Egyptians are blockading me here. Okay. Interesting. So I would have to move through Tripoli and come up. I'm going to be taking... Well, actually, the zeal isn't high in these places, is it? Yeah, zeal's 23%, so I'm not going to be taking a lot of troops from my own armies. They will be... there will be a dent for sure, but nothing too bad. Oh yeah, I need to find another governor for Tripoli. Yeah, 4 acumen. Yep, that looks good. So let's make that be you. And making over 1,000 with Tripoli. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad that I got to keep that trading post. That's pretty nice. Well, this has been an interesting campaign so far. This early start has just been probably the most exciting start to the campaign that I've ever had in this game. It's been very enjoyable. And I really didn't think that I would even get this close to accomplishing all of these objectives. Now, I'm not done yet. The Egyptians can still put up a decent fight for Edessa. It depends on where they want to focus. They are having their own attention split in multiple directions. So, yeah, it's not a done deal, but we're close. We're so close. And we do have 6 turns left. So, we might just get it. We might just get it. Now, our economy is in shambles. We're losing 1,300 per turn. But there's 3 turns before this port is finished here in Antioch, 4 turns before a port is finished here in Tripoli, and that right there could get us back in the green. Up here, also, I do have these boats that I can go back to spreading out again into the Baltic Sea. That would give me, in addition to Skagerrak, that would give me another 4 ports that I'm trading with. I'm not doing it yet just because if the Germans do any more shenanigans with training or building boats here in Friesland, I can just destroy them right away. So I'm just going to hang out for now until all of my crusade shenanigans are finished. I'm just going to do this. It sucks losing this money. I want to make money again, but I'm going all in here, okay? 6 more turns and then I can go back to playing this more like a normal campaign, I think. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know really what the high era has in store for me. Some better units for sure. I would hope. I need some better, everything really. Just, yeah, I'm struggling here on the battlefield. And out here, that is. Out here, I'm struggling. In Europe, I'm not struggling so bad, but still, I need to make sure that I keep up with things because, yeah, these factions, I mean, I'm at war with everyone that's neighboring me except for the Spanish, and I don't think that they're going to be staying out of this conflict for much longer. I don't know. I can't imagine. I don't know. Like, they're not attacking the Almohads here in Cyrenaica, so I don't know what they're doing right now. But that is all going to wait until next time. Before I go, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these videos and you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. It all helps immensely. Until next time, this has been crusaders playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.